Hi, it's me. We're here to talk about the reality of Fiend Smith. Now make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. No, this isn't another video telling you that Fiend Smith is the best engine in the game. I mean, everybody knows this. We're here to talk about what we're going to call the inevitable reality of the situation. So $400 for a Fiend Smith core? Well, that's a lot of money. Why was everybody rushing to, pick these up? Well, a lot of this had to do with the NAWCQ and Euros, because as the dust settled on the sneak peek weekends out here, guess what? Maybe if you're trying to play Yu-Gi-Oh right now, maybe you need this package. Maybe this engine literally just makes every deck better. Oh, the ability to, have access to Beatrice and all that. We know this. But Konami said, ban list? Ban list? Ban list? Ban list? Ban list? Ban list? Oh, okay. There's a ban list predicted off in here in mid-August. Now, a lot of the faith that the community has had with Konami over the last couple of months has been absolutely pitiful, all right? Everybody is just so distraught. I mean, we have videos dating back from February going, don't worry, we'll eventually take care of, Snake Eyes, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. This has been our meta for Snake Eyes. So, what I'm hoping here, I think this is the reality of the situation for a lot of players here. Everybody is hoping that Konami will take Beatrice and get rid of him. Now, why is Beatrice the problem? Well, in your Tier 1 decks, being able to drop the Snake Eyes Ash to, get the full revive combo, to, have a Grave Skirmer to revive a Samsara Lotus, for example, the transaction rollback interactions. Well, yeah, they're making, guess what? This engine is making unfair decks into, dare I say, more unfair. I think a classic example of this is actually Norden and Instant Fusion. While Norden did allow a lot of rogue decks a chance to see a power increase, the best decks in the room also got a power increase. So when you bump up rogue here, the already higher decks up here went off screen to a different level of things. So yes, I am comparing the Fiend Smith package for what it does to the craziness that was Instant Fusion and Norden, because those cards saw massive consistency upgrades and allowed these decks ways to make things more consistently. So, once Beatrice goes, what is the reality of the situation with Fiend Smith? Well, that $400 price point that you spend on that Fiend Smith stuff, where's the euro going? Why is it going down? Once you remove Beatrice from the equation, you slash the power scaling of this package down a lot. Now, I've already been told by several people, hey, Robbie, M7 still allows, for some sort of combo ability with it. Yes, it does. But you no longer have that dump method, that foolish burial, to see that combo piece from the deck anymore, all right? Removing that from the equation, dare I say, might potentially help things out along the way. So M7 is a replacement that several people are looking at right now. Obviously, DD Wave King Kaiser is still a card. That does not change, all right? That package is still going to allow players the chance to end on the double-sided negate, which I think that's good. And then also, there is Diceris, the, Omni Negate that the deck can make for, a 3 shuffle back, and then, the equip onto it for at least 1. So that's a big thing. But the thing is, looking at your current iterations of these lists, most people aren't even playing the Diceris. I'll just be honest with you. It's just, Beatrice Turbo for that consistency push, or, the Wave King Kaiser. That's it. And then, you get the random burn 12. We cannot underestimate that random burn 12 here as well. One big thing about the burn for 12 is not only do you get to steal games in time, having to do 1,200 less damage to your opponent, potentially on a board where, you know, you're only able to hit 7,000, does actually come up a lot more than you might not actually think. And I do agree with printing boss monsters with pseudo burn effects can be a little bit problematic, but there's that. So back to the discussion point for this video. You know, the cold hard reality of the situation for Fiendsmith as a whole. The engine will remain good, all right? Will it remain a tier 0 centerpiece that, you know, every deck and, you know, duelist is going to need out here? After a Beatrice destruction, which, once again, I have to be optimistic here. That Konami cannot be... That Konami has just taken note of everything. They're going to take care of Beatrice early, and then, you know, clean up some Snake Eyes hits, and then we just have one of the best formats that we've had. It would make up for the shit show that has been the last 8 months. If the Konami TCG is going to straight look at us, though, and be like, hey, Beatrice is not a problem, when you have 2 big, large national tournaments, I think that's the reason why Konami chose to go, hey, we're going to wait to release this list, because we're not stupid. We know that Beatrice is a card. We understand that the dumpability, the consistency upgrade that you're getting for this is stupid, all right? And we want to make sure that if you guys can suffer for another month, you could potentially have an upside of a good format. Realistically here, you still have the Necro Quip Princess, which can get you a free draw. You still have the Wave King Kaiser. You still have M7. I guess to a lesser extent, you do have the ability to have a super fast Link 2 package. And if you're dedicating more slots to the Fiendsmith package, you get the Omni Negate Dice or Ice. It's just... I cannot imagine a card sitting at 100 plus for an engine when it just, you're losing the consistency interactions with your deck. You're just creating this extremely good package to kind of go through some extra hoops to put, you know, some sub-boss monsters on the field that, you know, obviously the negate side of things with the Wave King Kaiser is infinitely better than I feel like the advantage that M7's getting for you. So, if you're like me and you're sitting here and you're like, I'm only opening up a case of this set because my friend wants to play the tier 0 version of the deck. He's like, I want to play Fiendsmith. I'm over here. I'm not rushing out to get Fiendsmith cards. I don't even know. Personally, I don't even know what I would want to play Fiendsmith in because, hello, I have Runic together, I have Zodiac together, and I have Sky Striker together. Those are my 3 decks. I have the Yugi Gandora cards in a pile, and I'm going to have the Exodia cards in a pile after the release of this set. So, that's it. Like, that's the scope of my metagame. And tell me, you know, do I really need Fiendsmith cards for half of those ignorant decks? Like, let's call it what it is. I mean, yeah, the Fiendsmith stuff can have upgrades and some of this stuff, but I don't have a reason to rush out for this. And I think that should be a good lesson to everybody, too. It's like, you have plenty of decks that you can play without the Fiendsmith package. No, are you going to have a good time if your opponent's setting up a huge field? No, you're going to have to work for it. All right, I'm sorry to tell you, this is the one thing I think rogue players have forgotten throughout the years is you got to work your butts off to get some of those W's. All right, it's not just because you're playing anti-meta doesn't mean that you get a free day off to walk on out here and be like, oh, well, this is so free. No, it's not how it works. You have to work for those W's. So, I'm just tossing that out there. So, if you're spending $150 on the Fiendsmith package and you expect this package to maintain its value post NAWCQ, post Euros, maybe for a little while, but I think the reality of the situation you're looking at here is once, you know, a ban list actually happens as early as August, writing's on the wall here. If Beatrice goes, RIP, all of that money that you just spent, and it's going to be a fun time to watch. So please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'm fully looking forward to seeing all of the moaning and all of the complaining that this community is going to have when that actually happens. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to go, Hey, we didn't see that one coming. You guys have a good rest of your day, alright? Patrons! Thank you! Ah!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.